I know this mightn't be the time of day to discuss such things, so let me warn you, if you're easily offended or a bit squeamish, you'd better find something else to do for the next couple of minutes. Take the goldfish for a walk or read Duco the Volvo. Probably getting a bit shabby. The indelicate subject I wish to discuss today is our Prickle Farm WC. For those of you who haven't travelled on railway trains and don't know what the initials stand for, let me put you clear. I'm talking about Dunnies. I bet some of you are already Volvo bound. But for the more scientific minded, I'd like to discuss a unique and terrifying piece of hardware, the waterless septic tank. This is what we found ourselves landed with when we bought the Prickle Farm. From the outside, it looked a normal, perhaps even better than average country outhouse. A quick, discreet squiz inside showed relatively inoffensive-looking wooden seat and an utterly run-of-the-mill enamelled bowl. It all seemed particularly hygienic and clean. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. We moved in not long afterwards, and Janet made a closer inspection. "I am not," she announced in her most definite voice, "going anywhere near that thing ever." I hadn't really been paying much attention, so I asked why. "It's full up," she wailed. Feeling particularly dutiful, I promised to find out how to empty it and mentally sort a way out. But there was no dodging the task, and eventually I investigated. Close examination revealed a machine of diabolic design and devilish cunning. First, let me say it wasn't full, although it looked it. Where most toilets normally have water, and if you're lucky it's even coloured blue, our beauty had a grease-covered metal plate. A few waggles of the seat sent the plate revolving. It took a while to work out what it was all about, but eventually I did. You see, you do whatever it is you have to do. Aha, putting the goldfish's lead on, eh? Then you operate the seat and the whole job is spun off into the depths of the tank and dropped. At the same time, great stirring blades beneath the plate churn earlier deposits upwards and out the back into a sump. The waste disposal process is aided by adding water and caustic flakes every week. This produces a vile-looking black sludge which ends up in the sump. Charming, eh? Especially when discussed at the dinner table. But you see, the beauty of this contraption, apart from it being Australian-made, is that it's mechanical. The beauty does pall a bit when the main bearing seizes up and the plate won't spin and the lid won't close. To repair this particular fault, you soak the works in kerosene for a day or two. To keep it from happening again, you regularly grease the gears. Let me tell you, there's nothing quite like the cold clutch of a dollop of grease on a goose-bumped backside first thing on a winter's morning, unless you compare it with the burns you get from a piece of dropped caustic which you haven't brushed off the seat. Children refuse to use our toilet. They, perhaps rightly, believe that one day a scaly hand will reach out of its depths and drag them screaming down to Lord knows where. As a devout prickle farmer, I've had to overcome my fears and use it on every possible occasion. However, I am looking forward to the day when we can sink a bore and get enough water for a more satisfactory arrangement. Perhaps there's a folk museum somewhere that'll be proud to accept a donation from us. The Prickle Farm Dunny, with all its faults, deserves immortality.